Howdy, boys, girls, guys, and squirrels. SoCloseToToast here. Welcome to the YouTube channel. Welcome back. I think you guys so much for tuning in. Today, I was just scrolling through Twitter and I saw that Travis Scott was trending. I was like, all right. And then I saw on YouTube a lot of videos popping up saying Travis Scott controversy, Travis Scott tragedy concert. One of the top videos that I saw was by Moist Critical, if you guys don't know. Charlie, whatever you want to call him. I've been watching this guy for maybe like 10 years, and he may be one of the #1 news sources for me about just random things, drama that's going on. So he's got a video on this, and it's pretty big. It's got like 4 million views or something. A lot of people are talking about this, and I figured let's check into this. What's going on here? I don't quite know. It doesn't seem good at all.
I'm sure you've all heard by now, but last night Travis Scott's Astroworld concert was a disaster. 8 people died, 300 others were injured, and 11 of them.
Oh man. Teenagers
Suffered cardiac arrest.
Everybody's young.
I first heard the news while streaming,
That's so
and
sad.
I didn't even know what the fuck to think. It was so baffling. Just an absolutely horrible situation all around. When I first heard about the 11 cardiac arrest victims, I didn't even know what the fuck could have caused that. I thought Light had gotten a hold of the death note and just started writing people's names in it at random at the concert. 11 heart attacks? His music isn't going that hard that it's just sending people to an early grave. Like, yeah, he had a pretty crazy Fortnite concert, I guess, but kids weren't dropping like flies because it was just giving them a heart attack. So I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I thought, like, okay, maybe there was like overdoses or like a shooter or something. Aliens invaded. Like, how the fuck are this many people getting hurt and dying at that concert?
Well, to be fair, hip-hop music, if anybody knows this about hip-hop music, for the past, I don't even know how long, for a long time, it's been coexisting with a lot of punk influences, which can be edgy, more aggressive, and bring on, mosh pits and stuff like that. I went to a festival one time, and people were crowd surfing and mosh pitting and wall of deaths to hip-hop music. And I remember going to metal concerts and it being more tame. I mean, there was still mosh pitting and stuff like that, but that's expected at a metal rock concert, not necessarily hip-hop. But nowadays, that's completely different. There's a totally different kind of punk rocker aesthetic to hip-hop. It lines up. His music doesn't go that hard, but it has trap beats, and they go hard.
It wasn't until after stream where I looked into it, and it is truly disgusting how avoidable this whole thing was. So, first of all, it is Travis's fault. I see a lot of people defending him for some reason on social media. Travis Scott is just as much to blame for this tragedy as everyone else around him. I'm not going to share any videos for obvious reasons. It's really disturbing. There are just like golf cart ambulances going through the crowd with people dancing on top of them and preventing them from getting to people that needed assistance. There's videos of people performing CPR in mass on a bunch of bodies around them because people were just literally falling over unconscious, needing to be resuscitated.
What is going on? What is happening? Sorry I'm pausing, but seriously, I've gone to so many festivals, concerts, all types of genres. Most of the time, it's always been generosity comes first. Helping out your person next to you if they fall down has always been the gesture, the courtesy at any type of concert I've mostly been to. Granted, I haven't been to a concert in like the past 4 years, but yeah, it used to be always nice. What the hell? Dancing on golf carts?
There's a video of Travis Scott who is looking at someone's body being crowd surfed towards the front to get it out of the way. It's this guy's body, and it's being pushed over everyone's head, and Travis Scott is looking at it and continues to sing. Now, that clip in particular is extremely popular and been floating around everywhere, but it's not the full clip. In the full clip, Travis Scott actually picks that guy out and tells security to pick him up and get him out of there. He noticed that he was unconscious, and security was working their best to get him out of there. But then he goes right back to singing as they're trying to get him out, so people immediately start like fucking bumping and grinding on the people that are trying to get the body out. They're literally twerking on the security guards trying to get a corpse out of there. And it doesn't make Travis look any better in my opinion, because it shows that he was very well aware that people were literally falling over unconscious at his concert and still continued to sing without trying to address it and maybe like giving it a break and trying to get the crowd reorganized so people would.
I'm a DJ. Most people know this already, but I've DJed professionally for like 10 years now. And if I've DJ'd at a party and a glass breaks on the dance floor, yo, everybody's clearing house, the lights turn on, the venue comes out with the mops, it's like 7-inning stretch, and then, you know, back to the party. It kills the whole mood and extinguishes the hype and the vibe and everything. But safety always comes first. I'm just a freaking DJ, dude. Travis Scott has the crowd in the palm of his hand. He can do anything. He can say anything. It's not just his fault, but yes, he can control the crowd. And as a DJ, like, I totally understand where Charlie's coming from here. This is something a performer could have totally done to say, hey, chill out. If anybody's seen a hardstyle viral video on YouTube, look them up, where there's like crowd chants and everybody's moving and it looks like a bunch of ants dancing simultaneously. I mean, that all starts off with the DJ, the MC, saying, hey, everybody, sit down, get ready to jump, move at this. You know, it's totally possible. That's upsetting, you know.
Would stop dying,
what is
like
Travis
that
Scott
body
said?
he had just pointed out.
What is his
Travis
reply
Scott
then
from the
to
stage can
this
see
whole
the
thing?
ambulance going through, and he did nothing to stop the concert. He didn't say, whoa, let's all settle down. What's going on? You know, let's stop this. Travis Scott is just as much to blame for what happened here as
the
everyone
highest
else.
in the room.
Now, the majority of the responsibility for the situation that happened falls on the organizers of the event.
Yeah,
the
true.
cause of all of this was overcrowding.
The venue.
What was happening is people were dying from being pushed by the crowd. It's called crowd crush. People weren't necessarily getting trampled. They were literally getting asphyxiated due to the pressure of all of the bodies around them.
You think
constantly
you're good,
pushing on them. They couldn't breathe.
You think you're good, but no matter what, you're not really safe, especially if you're at the front and there's no escape. Like, the best move I've found, and if you're in this situation, if you're stuck in a crowd, take this advice. Do it, even if it's embarrassing. Just pretend like, I'm sick, I'm throwing up, and move yourself to the back of the crowd or something like that if you're in a situation where you're dehydrated. I've been in a situation where I was so dehydrated at a concert called Bamboozle, if anybody knows this, in New Jersey. And, you know, I had to sit and almost basically passed out, but was saved by, like, a band manager who helped me with water. You're stuck in this crowd in between all these people, and next thing you know, like, you're dehydrated because it's hot, and if it's indoors and the room is half full of just smoke, weed smoke, yeah, it's easy to pass out. I went to a freaking Marshmello concert and almost passed out.
So they were literally just
so
standing
easy. It doesn't matter. You
and
could be in the best
suffocating,
shape of your
from
life.
what I understand. What's even wilder is that this isn't even the first time it's happened at Astroworld. In 2019, 3 people died from a stampede. So they're clearly not very good at handling crowds. In fact, they don't do anything about it.
I don't want to
There
go to
were
this
so
world.
many videos of people begging the organizers last night to stop the concert and, like, get people to stop dying. And their response was no. It was like that scene in fucking Watchmen. They'll cry out for help and I'll whisper, no, we're going sicko mode. Like, it's fucking crazy. Like, Travis Scott put out a tweet saying how devastated he is.
Say something.
Bro, you could...
What did he say? It's just tough, you know? There's so many people to blame in this situation.
You could literally see people...
And people want to point at somebody. Like, yes, it's Travis Scott's whole concert and team putting it together, and he could have totally said on the microphone, people, let's relax, let's figure this out, let's not dance on golf carts. People want to blame somebody, but there's too many people to blame. You can blame the event goers, the event managers, the venue, Travis Scott, the fences.
You looked at a dead body. You looked at a corpse being transported and still continued to sing. You literally gave it a walk-off song. This dude's dead body was being pushed over the crowd. Travis was looking at it and was like singing him into Valhalla. Like, you knew what was going on and still decided not to stop the concert. You are responsible. Travis Scott in 2015 and 2017 also had problems where he encouraged the crowd to like hop barricades and storm the stage, creating like a really unsafe concert environment. Travis Scott treats his concerts like he's still playing Fortnite and he's just trying to increase his kill to death ratio. It's fucking nuts. And the people that are trying to defend him are stupid. Like, you're just dumb. He is not an idiot. He could see all the chaos going out there. Ambulance, literally looking at a dead body. And he, at any point, could have said, whoa, let's fucking stop. Let's put the brakes on this operation here. Let's address what's going on and just maybe postpone the concert or reorganize people so we're not just this giant wave of meat that is killing people. Like, there was plenty of opportunity for him to stop it. But yes, I do agree, Travis Scott didn't design the venue himself. That responsibility falls
Charlie's
on the organizers
going hard into
who,
Travis
for
Scott,
some reason,
though.
have no idea how to handle crowds. So they just have this massive group of people in an area that's too tight for them up front, and it caused the crowd crush. People were begging them to stop the concert, the organizers, not just Travis
upsetting.
Scott. There's a video of
People
a girl
were
who
literally
climbed up one of the
begging.
camera towers and was telling him the situation. His response was, get the fuck down. Like, there were plenty of times where organizers could have stopped the concert. This isn't one of those situations where there was nothing they could do to stop what was happening. It's not like it was Thanos and it was inevitable or whatever. A Travis Scott concert isn't some kind of natural disaster like a hurricane where you can't go outside and just yell, hey, halt, stop, hurricane, and expect it to stop. But here, you absolutely could do that and expect it to stop.
Yeah,
because it's just a concert. Fucking lead singers walk off stage all the time and the concert ends on the spot. Like, Nickelback has walked off stage like 100 times because people throw tomatoes at them. Like you can stop it.
I love Nickelback.
And they should have, because it would have really prevented the loss of life there, at least helped. I didn't know what crowd crush was until today, and then I read all about it. That is an absolutely agonizing, horrible way to die. It is a slow, painful, miserable death. They were dying standing up.
That's
I can't even picture something like that, especially at a concert where you're supposed to be having fun. And it's not like the people in the crowd were maliciously pushing and shoving people.
Right,
I'm not like
not
blaming the crowd.
Usually.
This is a phenomenon that happens when the place is just too crowded and people just standing next to each other is enough to start putting too much pressure on people up in the middle. And they just start suffocating because they can't catch their breath anymore. It's the same thing that happened at like...
Sometimes it even comes down to the actual bass that's coming from the speakers because you're just getting hit with so much sound. It just takes the wind out of your lungs. I don't know if anybody has been to concerts like that too, where it's just like, whoa, your body's just completely shaking from all the bass and everybody's jumping around you and it's crazy. And then you get freaking Tekashi 6ix9ine at the time going to jump on you, and you definitely don't have the strength and energy to catch him because you're so dehydrated.
The Hillsborough disaster, I think it was called. That was I think 97 people died there, and it was the same thing. It was a crowd crush. People in the back were occupying too much space, so the people in the middle were starting to get suffocated from it. It's not like the people at the back were pushing and shoving on everyone.
They're the ones
it's just
with the hula
people
hoops.
At walking speed or even standing still, too close together, makes it so that way the people in the middle just get absolutely blasted. It happens with like a bottleneck situation, or if the venue is just genuinely not big enough to handle the capacity. Or another thing I was reading about was a crowd collapse, which is when someone falls over and then that leads to other people falling over and then they start dying from asphyxiation at the bottom of like that pile. I don't think that was the case here. From what I've been reading, it was truly crowd crush, and it's a truly awful and sad situation that was easily avoidable. The concert could have been stopped at any moment when the hundreds of people started alerting them to the problems and the people that were dying. But they decided to continue with the concert for the whole duration, and now we're left with 300 injured and 8 confirmed dead. Fucking tragic.
300 injured?
Actually fucking awful.
I think I missed that.
So, yeah, I just wanted to talk about this because I got pretty upset reading about it, and that's about it. So, yeah.
That's upsetting. Oh, yeah, look at all this. H3's talking about it. Sean C's talking. Philly D, Hassan, everybody. One day ago, there's actually a follow-up I just found. Travis Scott apology video. He made an apology video. If you've watched any YouTube apology video ever, 90% of them do not feel genuine.
You probably picture some stinky, goofy YouTuber petting their dog and fake crying, just trying to appear remorseful. And it's always just embarrassing, looking like some shit out of South Park where they're like tweaking on their nipples and saying, I'm sorry. Because for a long time, YouTubers have had a monopoly on shitty apology videos until
Right.
today. Travis Scott, the famous rapper most known for his McDonald's meal, the Travis Scott burger, has
I have
proven
not
himself to
had
be
it.
an
Is it
innovator
good?
not only in avoidable concert-related deaths, but also in shitty apology videos. He posted his own bad apology video on Instagram today, and I thought it's only fair that we look at it. Now, I'm sure you already
Surprised it
know,
wasn't
but Travis
posted on
Scott
the
was addressing the
Metaverse.
tragedy that happened at his concert Astroworld the night before, where 8 people died and 300 others were injured. This was due to a lot of factors, but the main one being crowd crush. Crowd crush is when a huge crowd of people occupies a small space and everyone gets too close together and inadvertently starts pushing on each other, which suffocates people in the middle. They die from asphyxiation. Crowd crush is an agonizing and horrible death, which unfortunately 8 people suffered yesterday at his concert. I made a video going over this, and since then there's been a few people that went to my Twitch streams just to say Travis Scott did nothing wrong and bears no responsibility and called me a cuck. And I swear to God, if I have to read one of those brainlet takes one more time, I'm gonna go sicko mode. I will say again, while Travis Scott wasn't responsible for the conditions that
that's not what
caused
he's-
the horrible crowd management and the crowd crushing,
going
he had
hard on
ample
him, but-
opportunity to pause the concert or stop the show altogether.
Yes.
People were saying Travis Scott didn't know what was going on, so had no reason to stop the concert. So I guess they just think Travis Scott is the dumbest man on the planet who performs with his eyes closed. I don't know. Because if you just look at the pictures taken from the stage or some of the video from the stage, you can literally just see an ambulance going across the crowd because there's ambulances at all times throughout the concert because people were
don't
dropping
wanna
over
watch the
unconscious,
truth,
literally
Charlie.
dropping like flies. You were statistically more likely to die at the Travis Scott concert than you were shark attack, lightning strike, fucking driving in a destruction derby. Like, it was a lot of people falling unconscious and an ambulance pretty much at all times in the crowd. And the crowd, of course, dancing on top of the ambulance, all of which was visible from the stage. And also the crowd was begging the organizers as well as screaming at Travis to stop the concert. But even still,
What a
let's assume
mess.
all of that. Travis didn't see the
What an
ambulance.
absolute mess.
He didn't see or hear anyone begging him to stop the concert. There is a clip that I mentioned in my video where Travis Scott literally tells security to get one of the unconscious bodies out of there. He noticed that one of the guys was fallen unconscious or something. He asked security to get him out. Security is crowd surfing the guy's body out of the venue as Travis Scott is watching and singing at the body, literally giving it a walk-off song. Travis Scott knew people were falling unconscious, as evident from that one clip alone, and he still chose not to pause, take a break, or stop the concert. He bears a
very
lot of
disturbing.
responsibility, and Travis Scott has stopped concerts before for much less. There's a very popular clip that's now floating around where Travis Scott
we
crowd
got
surfed
receipts.
and got his shoes taken, and he stopped the concert on the spot to spit on the guy that took his shoes and tell the crowd to beat his ass. So Travis Scott has stopped concerts for his shoes, but doesn't stop it for the loss of life. So he values shoes more than people's lives, I guess, more than his fans' lives. That's the impression I get. Travis Scott bears responsibility, accept it, stop defending him, stop huffing that copium. Now, with that being said, let's check out his apology video.
I just want to send out prayers to the ones that was lost last
Already
night.
a bad idea.
We're actually working right now to identify the families so we can help assist them through this tough time. You know, my fans really mean the world to me, and I always just really want to leave them with a positive experience.
Man, you can tell this clip is serious because he put the black and white filter on it. Fuck. You can tell it's really getting to him. This whole apology video looks like he was just woken up out of a deep slumber and forced to make this by, like, his lawyer or something. Like, hey, get the fuck out of bed, we need you to make an apology video. And he's, like, still sleepy. He's like,
I
oh,
would think
fuck,
they would
okay.
say, don't
hey,
talk.
guys, sorry.
Do not talk.
And he's, like, rubbing his face really hard, hoping to get 1 or 2 tears to come out, but they just won't fall. He can't get the tears flowing. It seems more like he's annoyed than sad. Like, this is how I react.
It's a hiding face tactic. It's a hiding face tactic. It means he's not genuine. I don't know. Are we looking too deep into it? Are we dissecting this Instagram video a little bit too much? Yeah, I don't understand why he drops a filter on it. Like, I'm surprised that there is not a music background track that's, like, slightly emotional. You'd see in, like, a dog adoption commercial. All right.
You know, anything that's going on, I stop the show and help them get the help they need,
Yeah, but you didn't. You did identify someone who was unconscious. You identified someone's lifeless body and told security to get out of there. And then you started singing to the body and then continued on the show. Like you immediately just went into a song. So, I mean, you did identify it. And, I mean, I guess you got them the help they needed, getting them crowd surfed out of there. But you didn't stop the show. Even after finding that, you still continued.
I could just never imagine the severity of the situation. We've been working closely. We've been working closely with everyone to just try to get to.
Get your composure straight, Travis. This whole rubbing face thing, bro. Get some composure. Should be looking directly into the camera. There has to be a company out there that teaches people these things to make a proper video. Like, I don't know, it just really plays off like, I don't care. I don't care.
City of Houston, HPD.
I don't like when people say, you know what I mean,
everyone,
or
help us,
what I'm talking about, when I don't know what you mean and I don't know what you're talking about.
If you have any information, please just contact your local authorities.
Yeah, every single person involved in Astroworld here needs to be held accountable. The second people started breaking through security checkpoints and climbing fences to flood the venue, they should have taken precautions to pause the concert, delay it, or something, because they were not equipped to handle that capacity, and this is the natural result of that. It's a true fucking tragedy, and everybody, Travis Scott included, needs to be held accountable for what happened here. Now, I did read reports that there was someone who injected a security guard with a needle, which caused the security guard to pass out. I don't know if there was some kind of, fucking supervillain there injecting people with something. But even if that was the case and not everything was related to crowd crush, there was still plenty of people recognizing all of these unconscious bodies and should have stopped the concert. If anything, that would be more reason to stop the concert, and they still chose not to, which is an even higher level of negligence.
Everybody continue to just keep your prayers. I mean, I'm honestly just devastated, and I could never imagine anything like this just happening.
But apparently it already happened, right?
Keep you guys updated. And
you mentioned 2019.
Informed on what's going on. Love you all.
As is standard practice for apology videos, there isn't an apology. There's no I'm sorry. It's crazy. Yeah. Every single fucking apology video ever, for some reason, lacks the most basic apology. A simple I'm sorry. Nothing. None of that present here. And I just wanted to go over it. It's not like a very informative video or anything like interesting, but it just shows how disconnected celebrities are, that this seemed like a good idea to him. I was
just thinking the same thing.
At no point do I get the impression he truly cares about what happened. It seems more like he's worried about potential lawsuits that he's going to face. And not potential, the inevitable lawsuits. I don't even know if
he's worried about that. This dude is beyond rich at this point. He's almost not even human. When people get so rich and out of touch and they become in their own bubble, in their own world, where a loss of life really isn't much to them, it becomes a paycheck. And like, what do you put a price on life? And for me, like his reaction to all this and him not even saying sorry, what is he really putting a price on his fans' lives? It doesn't really seem like he cares all that much, because he made so much money. I mean, he's got to be one of the most top paid artists. It's got to be. Got to be. He's so big at this point.
Suits that he and his team will face. It seems like something that he was forced to make, as is pretty clear by how uninterested he looks in the video. And it's so baffling. Why even bother at this point? He made a Twitter statement. Why did he even bother making this when he clearly doesn't seem to care that much? He doesn't even take responsibility at all. So, I mean, I just wanted to at least show this, since he did post this apology video on Instagram. And, yeah, that's about it.
That's the follow-up.
So, yeah.
There it is. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there we have it. The Travis Scott tragic concert and tragic apology video. That was kind of just weak. Very weak. It makes me think he probably doesn't write his music if he's writing his apology videos. But ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think about all this. This kind of makes me not even want to go out to a concert, and I've been planning on going to some this year and next year. I don't want to get stuck by a random needle by some crazy person running around with needles. Dude, I almost got roofied at a club once. You can already catch a cold. I mean, I don't want to catch a needle. If you want to see more videos kind of like this, updating you on different type of things, events, this isn't exactly a great one to be updated on. Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out, shake 'em and bake 'em.